Do you feel like no matter how much you try to manage your finances, money still causes stress in your marriage, especially when it's difficult to involve your spouse in the process? In this video, we are sharing what's helping us budget, not as experts, but as husband and wife, learning how to trust God. Hola a todos, my name is Arturo, and this is the Everyday Catholic, where we talk about faith, family, and money in ordinary life. I still remember the night we had our first real budget talk. I had a bunch of spreadsheets, and she had a bunch of tears, and I could also see fear and anger in her eyes. We were just doing our own thing. One of us was looking at our budget, and the other was simply ignoring the budget. Maybe one of you is wondering why the budget feels so tight, even though everything you spend goes towards family needs, like managing the house, caring for the kids, and paying the bills. And maybe the other person is quietly carrying the weight of every spreadsheet, of every available coupon, and every decision to say no to something fun, so that way the family can stay afloat. When neither of you communicates these two perspectives, it's easy to feel misunderstood, and this may lead to misunderstanding your intentions. You might feel you're being judged as cheap, while the other might feel anxious about being left out of the process or not having enough money every month. Honestly, living this way is exhausting, especially when neither of you understands the financial reality. You're simply trying to be good stewards of your resources, and the truth is that both roles carry weight and both need understanding. That's exactly why it's so important for both of you to be on the same page financially. You need to work on your finances together. You need to sit down every month and go over your budget as a team. That way you can have a clear picture of where every dollar is going. Doing this can help avoid financial stress and strengthen your relationship along the way. So maybe you're thinking, okay, got it. I need to budget with my spouse, but how do I even begin to invite him or her into the process? Well, as I mentioned, we will be sharing with you some things that are working for us. And I know everyone's different, but if we can at least help you with one thing from one of these steps in any way, please let us know in the comments below. I think one of the most important things that we should all do, no matter if it's budgeting, but pretty much anything, is to pray. And I am sure that a lot of things are going to change for you in your budgeting process when you are praying with your spouse. So, yes, pressure, stress, doubt, fear, sadness, all of these can show up when you are managing finances, especially when you're living paycheck to paycheck. And honestly, we've been there. But before starting another money talk, we as Catholics should and must begin with a prayer. This is the key, this is the secret recipe. A sincere prayer, trusting God and asking Him for humility and softened hearts, both in yourself and your spouse. Now, you can pray alone or together, but remember Jesus' teaching. For where two or three are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them. And honestly, I do both. I first pray alone just to prepare my heart, and then my wife and I pray together. It may feel like magic, but it's truly the Holy Spirit at work, shifting just the tone from tension to peace. So, again, this is a crucial first step for my wife and me. And there is one thing we do know: what is bringing us together isn't 100% math, it's actually prayer. Sometimes you or your spouse don't like dealing with numbers or shut down after feeling that you are being lectured or blamed. Other times you just find budgeting boring or even overwhelming. The key is this: don't force your spouse into financial planning. Instead of saying, "We need a budget now," try to invite them by saying something like, "I would really love for us to sit down and look at where our money is going. That way, we can better manage what God has given us and reduce some of the stress that we are feeling." Remember, it's okay if they don't respond right away in the first couple of tries. That doesn't mean you have failed. Just keep praying for your spouse, for your marriage, and for wisdom in your finances. Overall, trust Jesus and His perfect timing. Sometimes change comes slowly, but you have to have patience and a lot of faith. Money fights are scary, and we have learned this the hard way. There were times when a simple disagreement turned into a full blown argument because we brought up money during an already heated, delicate moment. It simply went from bad to worse. So, lesson learned, discussing money requires being calm. Make sure you choose a time when you and your spouse are calm, undistracted, and emotionally available. That might mean waiting until the kids are asleep if you do have kids, turning off the TV, or even silencing your phones. If now isn't just the right time, don't push it, just reschedule. But whatever you do, don't avoid it. Remember that budgeting together is so important. So again, just make it as peaceful and inviting as possible. And just to give you a quick example, I mean, grab your favorite drinks and snacks and simply treat it like a money date. Yeah, really, a money date. Budgeting can be romantic when you approach it together, especially when both of you are working together for a shared future. Honestly, there is nothing better than being completely transparent with your spouse. There is incredible power in being honest and avoiding secrets and lies. Remember that we are one flesh in Jesus Christ. That unity calls for openness and trust. Simply lay it out loud. Income, bills, debt, goals, struggles, pretty much everything. When both of you can clearly see the full picture on paper or even on your computer, it becomes easier to make decisions together and carry the burden as a team. Now, speaking about paper and computers, we have actually created a free, simple Catholic monthly budget planner that you can download and start using as soon as today. It's just a simple way for you to write down all your income, all your expenses, and pretty much just see where your money is going. But if you're ready for something more complete, we also created the Financial Stewardship Cycle, which is a system that includes the full Catholic budget experience. It includes an automated budgeting tool, a monthly dashboard, a transaction tracker, a smart calendar, and so much more. Plus, reset worksheet pages to help you build a habit of managing your money with God at the center. So I will leave the links below in case you want to grab them. Okay, so you have completed the first steps and you and your spouse are now part of the process. It's now important not to forget to celebrate the progress. I mean, don't just focus on the stress. Whether it's paying off a credit card, reaching a savings goal for a future trip, or simply avoiding the need to take out a loan that month just to survive, every win matters. Celebrating financial milestones, big or small, can strengthen your bond and keep both of you encouraged. Now, if there's room in the budget for a little celebration like a dinner out or a special treat, just go for it. But don't feel like it has to cost money. A simple high five, a prayer of thanksgiving, or an exciting moment together is more than enough to keep the momentum going. Now, something to note here, budgeting isn't about restriction, even though it might feel that way, because after all, you are assigning every dollar a place. Marriage is a sacred bond. It's a milestone in each person's life that represents not only unity, but also commitment. And with commitment comes great responsibility. Marriage is a union blessed by God. He joins two people together with a purpose. That's why it's so important to be on the same page, to manage your finances together, to support each other during tough times and remain faithful no matter what challenges come your way, to sit down every month and go over your budget so both of you can clearly understand where every dollar is going. And most importantly, so you can avoid the financial tension that causes so many couples to struggle. When Christ is at the center of your financial life, even the most difficult situations can be faced with faith and hope. It may not mean that everything will be resolved overnight, but you can trust that Jesus is walking with you every second. He will give you strength and guide you along the way. If you liked this video, thank you so much for your support. God bless you.